You are listening to a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area. You are listening to a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area.
Conducted by our own local speaker, SC Kim. And you also be learning about material design. There will be a session on material design conducted by a local speaker, Andy Wong. And it will be a very interesting session to learn about all the new animations and all the new support that is readily available for developers to start building really nice UIs in Android and also the web. Which also brings us to Polymer. So Polymer is a really cool web developer toolkit that will help you build web applications quickly. So there will be a lot of sessions on Polymer today. There will also be a code lab. And to be more interesting, you can also start learning on how to build mobile applications using Firebase. Today's session on Firebase will be conducted by our guest from Malaysia, who is a Google developer expert. So join the session and learn about how to build real-time mobile apps using Firebase. And you don't have to manage all the servers, which is a very cool thing. And talking about not managing servers, there will be normal talks about Google Cloud Platform, but this is something that I want to suggest to you to explore, because Firebase is part of the entire cloud platform. And in the cloud platform, there's a lot more technologies and services that Google is providing for developers to start building applications and not worry about infrastructure. And the last but not least, there will be talks on Android, our favorite green little toy, green little robot. So there will be talks on Android, and we also cover about material design, so do join the sessions and check it out. All by local speakers, which is a very cool thing. So, first thing, have fun. Second thing, have more fun. Third thing, have more fun. Alright? A couple of housekeeping rules. If possible, in the auditorium here, please do not share hotspot or stuff like that, because you might interrupt with the wireless connection that is needed by the speakers. They just probably have something they want to demo. So just turn on the hotspots. Your mobile data are cool. It's just the hotspots that always bothers with the Wi-Fi connection. And another housekeeping note. Please stay, and also please stay for the t-shirts, because they're not going to be given out too early to you. Cool? Have fun and enjoy Devfest, and thank you to our partners. And if you see the organizers, I think they are wearing green and yellow tag. Say thank you. Alright? They did a great job organizing this. So I move to Fashan.
No, it's actually really, really tiny, but it's set back quite far.
It's very clear. It's good.
Yeah.
Actually, when they set back so far, they should just come in over, right?
Morning, everyone.
Morning. Person.
It's been early, right? That's why you're very quiet. Let's try it one more time. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So firstly, I'd like to follow up on Nazrul's point. A big round of applause to the organizers for putting this together and getting you all here by 9 o'clock in the morning. Fantastic job. It's very interesting. I've put a line there called Code Better and Aim Higher. About a month ago, I was there with the GDG team in Penang, and we had a very similar event. They had much bigger announcements around this, but that's outside of GDG. But it was a great event, and they had a team called Code Better and Aim Higher. I like this team because One second, let me just share my monkey suit. So I like this team because Nazo said it very well. It's all about you. People like me are totally irrelevant. I don't know why I get asked to come and present in this thing and open up events, because in today's market, it's all about you developers, and I'll share some opportunities ahead, and that's all I'm going to talk about, opportunities of why this is the right time, right place for you all to be in a developer group. The other thing is, I was with a client yesterday, and they shared a very, very interesting story. I thought I'd share it with you all. Right? Usually they tell us to talk about myself, and like, there's nothing you need to know about me that's relevant to you, or will even help you in your career, but I thought I'd share a story with you. So the client does a lot of CSR work, community work, and it's done around education. So they run a competition for small communities or small schools in communities that are stretched outside of urban areas. So places like Sabah, Sarawak, rural Kelantan, Terengganu. And they run a program where it's a competition for schools to participate in innovative, creative ideas that will help their community, that means local community to them. Last year's winner was a community in Sabah, a school in Sabah, a small group from a school in Sabah, that developed a water filter system. Reason why they built it is, or designed this, is they found that they were subject to a lot of rashes every day from just bathing. So these kids, secondary school kids, went about and developed a water system using your mineral water bottles, sand, stone, cotton, and all that. And they found that it reduced, in fact, it eliminated the incidence of rashes in the community. And using that, the client had participated with them to see how they could modularize that innovation of theirs and take it to the community itself. It's a fantastic job. The winner this year was a school that developed an early warning system for floods, again from Sabah, because every time the flood hits, I don't know if you all seen floods before, how it comes down the river. People lose their lives, and their small village were losing about 2 lives a year to flash floods. And if you think of the size of a village in Sabah, 2 is quite a significant number a year. So they developed an early warning system that could inform the police to tell people not to cross the bridge or cross the rivers at that time. So fantastic innovation, right? And I think if I go back to why you guys are so important, I think this is a great opportunity and a great market to be in today, to do innovative and creative things. And I think today your session, as Nazrul has introduced earlier, you've got a lot of little sessions that will take you all higher in where you're, in what you all do. And the idea is you code better and aim higher. So I'll just go through some opportunities in quick numbers. So who are we? Who are we developers, right? There are about 20 million developers today in the world. And if you take that against the population of the world, there's 1 in 365 people in the world are somehow related to developing or coding. These are developers, project managers, UI, UX guys, designers, everyone involved in the development of tech. So that's an interesting number. The second number is 1 in 2 of those developers are mobile developers. That's fantastic. I think if you're not developing a mobile service today, you're not developing for the market. So 1 in 2 today are on mobile.
I tell that to Chingy.
And if you take that number one step further, 1 in 3 of those developers are Google developers. So this is not just bragging about us, but it's just telling you the platform that most people develop on. And that little robot that everyone likes, 1 in 4 are all Android developers. About 5.3 million developers around the world are Android developers. And that outstrips the other platforms that you can develop on. So that's good. We know we have a big number, 1 in 365, 1 in 4 Android developers, so big numbers, right? But where are we developing? And this, to me, is the most important perspective that you can ever have in a market. Today, if you look at the number, the top number is the Asia Pacific developer community population. By this year, in fact, by today, we have overtaken EMEA, which is Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. So we've overtaken that. By 2020, we've overtaken Africa, the US. So most developers lie here in this market, in Asia Pacific. Yes, we can qualify by saying most of the developers lie in China, India, and a very strong development community in Indonesia. I'm Malaysian. I think this is where we should start really leveraging. If Asia Pacific is where the growth area is, I think you as developers in Malaysia, this is a perfect opportunity to be part of this growth, this Asia Pacific growth. The second thing is who are our customers. As mentioned earlier, one in two are mobile developers. The main reason why, by 2020 or by 2019, there are 5 billion mobile users in the world. That's larger than the population of the planet. That's a huge number. That's your audience, 5 billion. And whatever work that you do today here, you need not think of the constraints of Malaysia. It's global. And I'll share an example with you in a bit. The second thing is, what do we develop? What screen do we develop for? We know it's mobile. You got about 1/3 of screens are now tablets as well. But here's the coolest part. Here's where your growth is really happening. You've got all these other devices that are coming in. You've got your part in cars, on TVs, but here's the big part, the wearables. And if you're really looking at starting new development, new tech, or new concepts, it's great if you can bring into these wearables as well. And I think, I don't use a watch, so unfortunately I don't have a wearable on me. But if you do use one, I'm quite sure you use it very actively. How it's helping you improve your lives is a fantastic thing. I just came back from Singapore 2 days ago. We were trying to catch an earlier flight. My colleague did his entire transaction of changing the flight through his watch. I thought it was absolutely cool because he could just sit there in the meeting while he was doing it, so he did not have to whip out his phone to look rude or anything. I think little things like this that drives utility or even information is huge. What are people developing? So we play and we pay a lot. So games is where it's all at. About 42% of all content is from games. And today, top game, I don't know if you've ever heard of this game before. Who's heard of Puzzle and Dragons? Anyone heard of this game, Puzzle and Dragons? Hands up. I think there's a guy. Is it a cool game? So it's the largest distributed game right now through the Play Store. That's fantastic. Do you know where it's developed from? Sorry? Japan. So the largest game today comes out of Japan, comes out of Asia Pacific. That's fantastic, right? So I think as you go through the day, right, as you look through all these numbers, it's exciting. There's a big developer community out there. We know mobile's the way forward. We know games and utility and really communication and social is big. I think what we should ask ourselves is where we're going to play this game as well. So I honestly try to challenge everyone, and I did the same as well, is do we have in this room the next Puzzle and Dragon or next line that's going to come out of this room? I'm very confident that Malaysia is going to build something big, and I think it should be one of you guys that do this. So what does Google afford? Why do we have these sessions? Why do we have this Devfest? What is it all about? It's all about growing the community. That's what we really want to do. And there are many, I would say, support structures in place to help us do this. One of it is, of course, the developer relationships that we have within Google itself. So these are Googlers who actually try to help you grow at scale to make sure that quality is done. So it's a very, very good forum. You also have a volunteer-based group, an expert network. GDG, for example, the Google Developer Group, you have 114 countries, about 3,300 events held over the past 6 months. That's huge, right? And you're benefiting from that today. The reason why this is very good, you imagine the developer relationship from Google that's very centralized, it's from Mountain View, we have some people around the region, but this is really a local community. It's done by locals, for the locals, and that's what you're benefiting from today. It's a great structure. We also have the GDE, or the expert. Today, I think you'll be privileged to listen to 2 experts from Indonesia. We have about 274 GDGs. I think that number has grown recently. and about 1,000 activities last year. Coming close to this year, I think it'll be about 1.5 times bigger than that. And they focus in 4 areas. The first one being technology. I think that's what you really hear from today. I think so. I don't know if anyone's calling UI UX. No, they're separate. I think it's a separate speaker that's doing that. There's also marketing, so they're experts to help you take it out to the market as well. The UI, so to me this is the best part. In my past life, this is what I used to do, a lot of UI UX. I used to work with a team on products that you can roll out to the market. I think if you nail this right, everything else flows easily because you're fundamentally very strong, and this is what really appeals to the consumer out there. And the last one, there are no real boxes under this because we also have experts in product strategy. They can help you. So say you're building a finance fintech kind of app, there are people that can help you with that product strategy as well. To me, this is most interesting. So, if I were to be honest, when I was in Penang, the group was split about 50-50 between males and females. And Google and as GDG as well, we really try to drive women tech makers. I think this is a very, very important thing. So I think I see some ladies around in the room. You should encourage your friends. I think these kind of events really, really motivate and inspire people. Not start at iTalk, but the sessions later to really inspire and get a lot from women into tech. And Google places a lot of emphasis on this. We have about 3,000 women in women tech makers, about 10,000 women attending all sorts of courses and events throughout the network. It's a big network that we encourage people to join, and it's fantastic. You see the women in tech makers. In fact, today, if you look around, you look at the CEO of Facebook, if you look anywhere, right, you see women play a big role. When you come to Google, you see women play a very, very strong role as well in what we do. I think this is an opportunity for women to step up as well. The other thing that we have is the Google Business Group. So this is about 30 countries, about 100 over chapters in the world. This is ready to help you commercialize, go to market. So this is when you really want to take your products to market. We even have a support structure to help you go do that. And there's more. There's actually a lot more than what you can do. You can even take courses online, like Udacity. These are Android courses that you have. You can do it self-paced. It's fantastic. So those who are not so comfortable with Android and don't really learn how to develop Android, this is what you can do. It's very good. This is fantastic, actually. Development Launchpad. It's got all these things. There's got a support structure to help you do reviews, one-on-one mentoring kind of things, and you get consideration for a lot of summits and things. Our friends are going over next week to San Francisco for an Android summit. And then you have Launchpad, which really help you take it to, as the name suggests, launch into the market. So it's fantastic support structure to have as well in place. And there's more. There's even a design sprint where you can run your own design sprint, usability campaign, polymer summits that we have. So a lot of things going on. So what's this all mean, right? What's this all mean? There is no better time today to be a developer. I wish I had this opportunity when I was studying about 25 years ago. But this is what you have. You have a support structure. The platforms are there. They're open. It's very easy to develop on. The market is there. The share numbers. 5 billion mobile users in 4 years or 3 years. That's a big number. The opportunity is no longer just Malaysia. It's the world. And this is the biggest part. If you really break down where the next growth is going to happen, 96% of the next internet growth is going to happen in Asia Pacific. So when you're thinking of products, you're thinking of solutions, you're thinking of creative ideas, this is what you're really looking at. Asia Pacific is the market. And you've got companies leading the way. You've got a company like Flipkart in India that's decided that I'm only going to be a mobile app only experience. So you've got all these big companies that develop for millions of users. They're all coming out of Asia Pacific. Why? Because the audience is here in Asia Pacific. The next 1 billion users that come online in this world today are going to come from Asia Pacific. And 50% of them are just going to be mobile only. That means they don't touch any other screen. They only touch it through mobile screens. So with that, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Devfest. That's my email contact if you want to reach out to me. But I hope you have a good day. I have to apologize. I have to leave early. I have to take my wife to an appointment. So I'll be leaving in about 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy the day.
My foot is aching from pressing pedals.
Hey, we drove.
Huh?
We drove here.
Yeah.
How far was you? I drove 40.
You could see me on waves.
Yeah, but I was beach when I saw you like on the water.
I mean, like, it took me like almost to the office and then onwards to try to highway down. Yeah, it's like kind of like a...
Is it jammed that day?
No, it wasn't jam at all.
Okay, so I see.
Sometimes a bit heavy, but not jam.
What's next?
I don't know. He didn't come back. Now he came back. No.
Right, so we now have a morning break until 10:30 a.m. We'll be back here by 10:30. After which we will have another speech by Mr. Bennett, who will also do as well. So ladies and gentlemen, great.
10:30.
That was a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area. It is hoped that you have enjoyed it. If you have any issues, please feel free to leave a comment through any of the channels. That was a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area. It is hoped that you have enjoyed it. If you have any issues, please feel free to leave a comment through any of the channels.